My name is Griffin Hollub. I'm a functional consultant with JBF. My role at JBF is a consultant by title. My role is somewhere between project management and functional consulting. What that means is I basically am the in-between between the people portion of the project and the technical portion of the project. As the project goes along, there are multiple things happening at once, technically and people-wise. There are a lot of moving parts on a project. In the project management sense, there's the entire blueprinting, requirements gathering, documentation gathering, functional spec, you name it. And then on the technical side, there's the build, testing, integration. It's bridging the gap between the technical areas of the project and the business side of the project to make sure that we're delivering exactly what the business wants and what they need. It's providing a view into the project for the business. What I do for my clients is I bridge the gap between the technical areas of the project and the business end of the project. And what that does is it brings a layman's view to a really technical process. I joined JBF because JBF had the greatest opportunity for learning new things, new applications, new processes. The nature of consulting is that you're never really doing the same thing again and again. As TMS consultants, obviously we install TMS systems every single day, year after year, and it's just never the same. Whether that's a different TMS platform or if it's a new process that we're using to install it, new documentation that you come across while you're installing it, new requirements. There's all of this variance. I think the geek part of me likes the problem solving aspect in it. Fun to work with a team of people that is super experienced, for one. And two, I wanted an environment that there was a lot of change and a lot of adaptability. And I think JBF offered that. What inspires me is the team here at JBF. JBF has put together a really experienced team of consultants, and it's inspiring to be around all of them because the decades and decades of experience that they all collectively bring to different practices and skills in different areas of supply chain that they bring with them. It's really good for someone younger like me. The nature of TMS implementations, there's a lot of different possibilities and paths in front of you that can get you to your end goal. The difficult part is choosing the best one. And the experience here at JBF helps guide younger people like me towards the right path. Overall, being at JBF is just a learning experience every single day with all of the people that I work with. And I find that inspiring. You'd think as a consultant, I'd be sick of travel, but when I'm outside of the office or outside of the on-site or done with traveling, I like to travel as many places as I can get to in the year. I think it's a serious passion of mine to experience new things, experiencing new architecture, new cuisine, new culture, new places. I really value just exploring all that's out there. So if I'm not adventuring or if I'm not out traveling, I do like to go out on my bike a lot. I'm an avid bicycler. The most unique place I've been to is a one-day excursion into the Sahara Desert in Morocco. We spent a day out there hiking the sand dunes out there and watching the sunset from the sand dunes. Really, that whole trip was super unique. But one of the coolest parts of that adventure, too, was going to a rural village where I got an authentic Moroccan carpet. The villagers spent all day kind of sewing those or making those carpets, and to buy one of those from them was a really rewarding experience. I still have it in my house. For someone my age, if you're curious about consulting, I would say don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to adapt. It's okay to feel unsettled and to feel like you're out of your comfort zone, because when you're out of your comfort zone, usually you're learning. I think we're witnessing a period of time where we're seeing a supply chain globally that can take some punches. It can really adapt and it can flex. A lot of these things, they're seen as like a disaster or a setback, but some of these situations they're recovering fairly rapidly. It's a super dynamic environment. And I think we're seeing a supply chain that's not as static anymore, which is exciting for someone like me, younger. I think supply chain is just catching up with modern times. Without technology, it's almost impossible to adapt quickly to the rapidly changing environment and supply chain. As a project manager, I'm usually documenting requirements that the businesses are putting for the TMS systems. So the most common requirement is visibility, multiple implementations. Visibility is the highest on the project charter. It's not even a nice to have anymore. It's pretty much a must have. I think that's an effect that what they call the Amazon effect. Everything is within 2 days and you can see it the entire time in transit. In order to adapt to the new expectations for visibility in supply chain, you need a more robust, more agile, more flexible supply chain solution, and old rigid systems just aren't going to cut it anymore.